Ahead of tomorrow's Brazilian Grand Prix, we're at the Formula One qualifying stages later at 5:20. Now though on BBC One, let's get the final score.
Hello and welcome to Final Score. All the scores and more in the next 40 minutes. And with a nod to the gymnastics, my three guests today all get perfect 10s from me. I'm joined by Steve Claridge, Gary Pallister and Mark Bright. Now, there were a couple of early kick-offs today. Chelsea, the league leaders, were beaten 2-1 at Aston Villa. In the SPL, Rangers went top with a win at St Johnstone by the same score. Let's find out what's going on in the 3 o'clock kick-offs, though. Starting with a very intriguing game at the Stadium of Light. Alan Biggs is watching Sunderland-Liverpool.
It's Sunderland 1, Liverpool 0. That's the bare statistic, but you could say the balloon went up for Liverpool after only 4 minutes here today. And whatever else happens in this match, all the hot air will be about Sunderland's bizarre opening goal. A Darren Bent shot which took a crucial deflection off a beach ball-sized balloon in the Liverpool goalmouth. By coincidence, the first time Sunderland had scored against Liverpool in 7 matches. They could have had several more. Bent has forced some desperate saves from Reina, and although Babel and Aurelio went close for Liverpool in the opening half, the suspicion stands that they are less than half a team without the likes of Gerrard and Torres, and with Mascherano on the bench today. Sunderland have had both Catamol and Jones stretchered off in the second half, but they still lead by that amazing 0-0.
It's a goal you have to see. Match the day tonight. BBC One, 10:20. At the Britannia, it was Stoke 1, West Ham 1, but there's been another goal. Andrew James.
It's a second goal for Stoke City, Mark, and a second goal for James Beattie. He scored a penalty in the early stages of the match after Etherington had been tripped by Faubert. And although Matthew Upson got an equaliser with a free header from Mark Noble's corner just a few moments ago, Ricardo Fuller powering away down the right-hand side, put the ball across goal, and Robert Green, who's had a torrid time, of course, as the England man with that sending off, he could only parry it into the path of Beattie, who was stronger than Faubert and bundled the ball over the line. Stoke City have the lead here at the Britannia Stadium. Stoke 2, West Ham 1.
Bolton were 2 down at Old Trafford against Manchester United. They're not anymore. They've pulled one back. Damien Johnson.
Yes, Bolton have got a lifeline. It's a header. The cross from Kevin Davis, the scorer Matt Taylor. It's now 2-1. United had been in control in this second half. Zat Knight deflected Michael Owen's early header past his own keeper to put them 1-up. Antonio Valencia's first for United made it 2-0. But that header just a moment ago from Matt Taylor has given Bolton hope. It's United 2, Bolton 1.
Given the connections between the two, it won't surprise you to learn that Portsmouth against Spurs has been a little bit tasty. Here's Roger Johnson.
It has, but at Portsmouth 1, Tottenham 2, it's the way it should be, because Harry Redknapp's return has been totally overshadowed by the football. Tottenham 2 up and cruising at half-time through King and Defoe have allowed a resilient Portsmouth side back into it. Boateng, desperate for a goal all afternoon, got one. Defoe was then sent off for a petulant stamp on Mokoena. Gomez in the Spurs goal has made 3 brilliant saves. Dindan up front for Portsmouth has missed 2 sitters. The home side could be ahead. As it is, they're back in it. At Portsmouth 1, 10-man Tottenham 2.
Arsenal aren't having things all their own way at the Emirates against Birmingham. Mark Webber.
Absolutely not. Arsenal 2, Birmingham 1. They may be scoring for fun in the Premiership, but the Gunners have not been firing on all cylinders for this game, allowing a chink of blue sky for the Blues. The first quarter was a masterclass in scoring, first from Robin van Persie, followed minutes later by Diaby. But when Lee Bowyer poached a tap-in after an Arsenal goalkeeping error, Birmingham smelt blood and haven't made it easy. Van Persie missed a sitter free kick in front of goal after Larson handled in his own area. Arsenal 2-1 up, just.
Richard Askham is watching the only goalless game in the Premier League at the moment. He's at Everton against Wolves.
Yes, no goals here, Mark. Everton have created the bulk of the chances, though, since the break when David Moyes brought Yakubu on, the focal point they were lacking early on. Baines and Osman have combined well down the left throughout. Louis Sahar brought out 2 terrific saves from Wayne Hennessy in the Wolves goal, who's having an excellent game. But Wolves are still a threat themselves. Sylvain Ebanks-Blake in particular, who's gone close on 3 occasions.
Jason Dodd's caretaker reign in charge of Aldershot. He's off to a good start at the moment. They're 2-1 up on Bury. QPR's unbeaten home record looks like staying intact. They're 3-0 up on Preston. There's been a few fisticuffs at the Britannia, Andrew James.
Yes, no damage as far as the referee's concerned, Mark. No yellow cards, but Matthew Upson's been in the wars. He had a cut to the eye earlier on in a tangle with Shawcross, and he seemed to get a right hook from Robert Huth during the build-up to a Stoke City free kick. Upson is receiving attention at the moment, and his West Ham side still trail by 2-1.
Been a heck of a story if the referee was involved in fisticuffs. Right, it's Villa against Chelsea, the lunchtime kickoff. Big win for Aston Villa. Let's get the details from Jonathan Pearce. When James Collins' goal went in, John Terry was absolutely furious. Chelsea's defending at set pieces wasn't good today.
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. They could have conceded more. Could have conceded 3 or 4 just purely from set pieces alone. Something that Martin O'Neill works on with his teams. Really exposed Chelsea today, and as you say, John Terry was furious with some of the marking that was going on in the penalty area.
Mark, there are unconfirmed rumours that the beach ball will be the man of the match, as decided by Steve Bruce at the Stadium of Light. That will dominate the next 24 hours.
Absolutely, and we know why. The ball comes across the penalty area. Darren Bent has a shot. It hits this kind of beach ball stroke balloon, and the balloon goes to the left, the ball goes to the right. Pepe Reina was right behind it, would have caught it in the back of the net.
As I say, it has to be seen to be believed. Bournemouth haven't won in 4, so they really need Danny Holland's goal there at Accrington Stanley. 14 minutes to go in that game. Steve, you're watching Portsmouth and Spurs. Portsmouth are getting back into it, aren't they?
They are. I mean, they've had 1 or 2 excellent opportunities. First half, Dindan, after about 5 minutes, had a great chance, and 5 minutes into the second half, he has another fantastic chance where they've dragged themselves back into it. It's 2-1 at this stage, and there's no doubt that there is something in this game if they keep going the way they are.
Just tell us about Manchester United, Gary. They've had chances to be 4 or 5 ahead, and now they've got their backs to the wall against Bolton.
They have, but Bolton have also made chances. Kevin Davies has one in the first half, which he should have brought Bolton back level. United have had chances, but you've got to admire the way Bolton have had a go this afternoon, as did Sunderland the other week.
Everton against Wolves was the only goalless game in the Premier League. It isn't anymore. Richard Askham.
Yes, you're right, Mark. Wolves have the lead. Kevin Doyle, the scorer. A long ball that the Everton defence failed to deal with. Kevin Doyle latched onto it. He was alert. He carried the ball and notched it with the outside of his right foot past Tim Howard and into the goal, and Wolves have the lead.
1979 was the last year that Wolves won at Goodison. There was an early kick-off in the Championship at lunchtime as well. Ross Fletcher saw Scunthorpe play Sheffield United.
A fine win to ease Scunthorpe's bottom 3 fears, but a third straight away defeat for injury-ravaged Sheffield United. Scunthorpe deserved it for their all-round teamwork and clinical finishing. Grant McCann scored twice, the first a sublime 30-yard volley, his second sealed the game. In between, Ched Evans had equalised with a fierce slow free kick, only to watch Paul Hayes restore Scunthorpe's lead only moments later. Hayes and Gary Hooper were excellent up front, while Sheffield United couldn't turn their late pressure into chances.
It's going to be a nervous last 12 minutes, isn't it, for Tranmere? They now only lead Brighton 2-1 thanks to Glenn Murray's penalty. And as you can see, Bury have equalised immediately at Aldershot through Stephen Dawson. How's it looking in the Championship? Andy May is watching West Brom against Reading.
Well, West Brom lead. The best player on the pitch by far, Jerome Thomas, has scored twice, and both goals came after speedy runs on the counter-attack. First, he intercepted a poor pass and took the ball around keeper Adam Federici. The second, he just slotted home with the side of his boot. Cool as you like. Matthew Mills put Reading 1 up with a header, but the Baggies are now dominating. West Brom 2, Reading 1.
Gareth Southgate's 150th game in charge of Middlesbrough isn't turning into a party. Paul Addison is watching them against Watford.
The market still Borough 0, Watford 1. Tom Cleverley's goal on the 26th minute, his 5th of the season, is the crucial one at the moment. Borough have had most of the pressure in the second half. They've forced 11 corners, and Tony McMahon's crashed a shot against the bar, but all to no avail so far. Borough 0, Watford 1.
Goodness me, it's turned around at Aldershot, hasn't it? Bury now 3-2 up thanks to F.A. Sodja, and Port Vale are leading Crewe 2-1 thanks to Chris Taylor's goal 10 minutes from time. Jason Mohammed is watching Cardiff against Crystal Palace.
It's Cardiff City 1, Crystal Palace 1. Alan Lee's header went in, or former Crystal Palace defender, on 8 minutes. Mark Hudson. Cardiff extremely scruffy and lethargic in the opening 10 minutes, but they soon found their rhythm. On 19 minutes, Peter Whittingham scored his 8th goal of the season after a cross from the right from Michael Chopra. Both defences have been caught napping. Freddie Freddie Sears on for the injured Victor Moses. Shot straight at the Cardiff keeper. Julian Speroni made a good save on Chris Burke. Joe Ledley should have scored when he shot wide after good work from Michael Chopra. Palace lucky not to be down to 10 men a few moments ago. Jose Fonte appeared to kick out of Michael Chopra. 34 minutes gone in this second half. It's Cardiff City 1, Crystal Palace 1.
Preston's attempt to end QPR's unbeaten home record is failing. Joe Spate.
Well, if QPR been solidly unspectacular so far this season, they've turned on the style at Loftus Road today. They've outclassed their promotion rivals. Jay Simpson's just scored the third goal, a fourth in 8 games for the man on loan from Arsenal. Adel Tarap scored a super first in the first half, and Agos Buzaki added a penalty. Jim Magilton's QPR now set to go just 2 points behind Preston with a game in hand. It's QPR 3, Preston 0.
The early game in the SPL was St Johnstone against Rangers. Let's get all the details on that from Roddy Forsyth.
Rangers got their first win in 3 away games, but they had to fight for it after St Johnstone took an early lead and were the better side before the break. In only 3 minutes, Samuel crossed for Martin Hardy to head across McGregor and off the post, but Saints did take the lead in the 16th minute when Hardy threaded a pass for Samuel to stride beyond the Rangers backline and tuck his shot low under the advancing McGregor. 5 minutes before the break, though, the Perth side's good work was undone when Thompson's shot was blocked in the Saints' box. Boyd pounced and drove fiercely beyond Alan Main. St Johnstone could have gone ahead again after the interval, but Davidson glanced wide when he should have scored, and it was Rangers who provided the coup de grace when Naismith laid the chance on a plate for Sasa Papac, and his low drive secured all 3 points for the defending champions. St Johnstone 1, Rangers 2.
A Neil Harris hat-trick you may have seen as it went through there has given Millwall a 4-0 lead now at Stockport. So we heard about Rangers. Celtic need to win if they're going to go back to the top of the SPL. Are they doing that, Brian McLaughlin?
Not at the moment, just 5 minutes left and it's Celtic 0, Motherwell 0. The home side huffing and puffing but struggling to break down the Motherwell defence. Aidan McGeady has fired just wide and John Ruddy in the Motherwell goal saved well from Scott McDonald. Motherwell though dangerous on the break. Ross Ford firing over from close range. 5 minutes left, Celtic 0, Motherwell 0.
I've been told there are developments at Easter Road. It's very intriguing and very vague. Ian Turner, give me some more details.
Well, it's been a really exciting game, but no goals. But I think we're about to have one because it's a penalty and advantage to Hibernian, and it's Abdesalun Benjalun. He was brought down in the box by Gavin Skelton. He's standing over the ball now. It's going to be right-footed. Hibs probably on the balance of play, just about deserve to take the 3 points here. Benjalun comes up, slots it low, right-footed into the corner of the net. The Hibs fans go wild. Manager John Hughes punches the air. It's Hibs 1, Kilmarnock 0.
Burton are now 2 up on Barnet, thanks to Ryan Austin. Portsmouth are banging at 10-man Tottenham's door, aren't they, Roger Johnson?
They are, but they've only got 7 minutes to find a way through. They've just come close, sent off. Moments ago, substitute Belhadj crossing deep for another substitute, Piquion, who got the header at the far post, and it trickled back across the face of goal and went to safety. Free kick here, swung into the Tottenham penalty area. Goes behind for a goal kick. Portsmouth are trying. Tottenham are holding on. Time's ticking away, and Tottenham remain 2-1 ahead.
In League One, there's a very nervous physio at Prenton Park. Sohail Sahi is watching Tranmere Brighton.
That's because Brighton have got a goal back. It's now Tranmere 2, Brighton 1. Gary Hart from the penalty spot. He was brought down. He converted the penalty kick. And now, Mark, he's been sent off just minutes or so ago for a late lunge on Shalom Logan. So Tranmere lead against Brighton by 2-1, and Brighton are down to 10 men.
There's been a goal at the Emirates. It was 2-1 to Arsenal against Birmingham. This goal has settled the game. Mark Webber.
It has. The ghosts of the game have been buried for Arsenal. Arsenal 3, Birmingham 1. Arshaving strolling into the area. If only it had been this simple for the past 50 minutes. Tapped it in, right hand, went off, did his thing to the crowd. Very poetic. 3-1.
Beautiful finish that, wasn't it, Mark?
Which one? Arshaving?
Yeah, sorry.
Just looking at how many goals. I think there's 18 goals been scored so far. And, you know, we're talking about why is there more goals scored in the Premier League than any other league in Europe? I think it's just some bad defending. But that Arshaving goal was sensational.
There's no draws either, Mark.
Well, there's nobody putting pressure on the ball, though, right? He does nothing. He does nothing to create a space.
He moves the ball inside those.
It's not an exaggerated.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It just moves it hard and slides it in.
I think, to be fair, Stephen Carr's faced him up. He can go either way, Arshaving.
Go left or right.
So that's why he's not.
But he hasn't showed him one way. And he's done nothing really to.
I wasn't expecting such an intense argument for what was a very simple question. There's been another goal at Loftus Road. Here's Joe Spate.
It's 4-0 now. Wayne Routledge with his second goal for the club. Another super strike from the former Spurs and Aston Villa man. It's QPR's biggest ever home league win over Preston as it stands. QPR 4, Preston 0.
Rochdale are the form side in League Two. That's going to be 6 out of 7 wins for them. Simon Whaley's giving them a 2-0 lead at Grimsby. Are Liverpool getting back into it at the Stadium of Light? Alan Biggs.
Well, it remains 1-0 to Sunderland. A feisty affair. They're trying to mark. Liverpool have Mascherano, Voronin and Ngog all off the bench and on. They're still in it, but really should be out of sight. And increasingly dominant Sunderland have wasted a stream of chances in this second half, and clearly they want a second, if only to lift the authenticity of their victory and stifle the debate over Darren Bent's balloon-assisted early goal. Sunderland still lead 1-0.
It's Ipswich against Swansea in the Championship. Tony Lockwood can tell us if the home side are anywhere near getting their first league win of the season.
Well, they're not yet, Mark. Ipswich without a victory in 11. That depressing winless streak looked like continuing when Swansea's record signing Craig Biddy struck his first goal for his new club early on. Roy Keane's side responded. Peters teeing it up for Pablo Canago, 8 yards out with an expert left foot finish. Canago should have added a second. Substitute Connor Wickham so close as well, but at the moment it's tied up at 1-1.
Fingers crossed for Hamish Marshall is in crystal clear quality at Bristol City.
I'll try my best. Bristol City 1, Peterborough 0. City on course to maintain their unbeaten home record thanks to a superb solo effort from midfielder Cole Skuse. Peterborough paying the penalty for not taking any of their earlier efforts. Craig Mackail-Smith, who spurned one of those, was denied in the second half by a superb save from Dean Gherkin in the City goal. We've got 3 minutes left. Darren Ferguson's side are still in this one, though.
It's a big afternoon for Ian Holloway as Blackpool take on one of his former clubs, Plymouth. James Mason is at this one.
Thanks, Mark. It's Blackpool 2, Plymouth 0. A goal in each half has put Ian Holloway's men in complete control to make him happy. Marcel Sype, on loan from Plymouth, ironically enough, headed home to put Blackpool ahead, and a beautifully struck second from David Vaughan's left foot looks to have secured all 3 points for the Seaside. It's Blackpool 2, Plymouth 0.
Sheffield Wednesday have only won one of their last 6 league games, but they are on course for a victory today, aren't they, Naz Premji?
They certainly are, Mark. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Coventry City 0. The Owls remain in control here thanks to first half goals from Darren Pearson, Leon Clark from the spot. Coventry have huffed and puffed in the second period, but haven't been able to blow the Hillsborough house down. It's still Sheffield Wednesday 2, Coventry City 0.
Big game at the bottom of League One, as you just saw there. Yeovil now 3-1 up against Carlisle. Ivan Gaskell is watching Leicester against Derby in the Championship.
Into the second minute of added time, the biggest groan of the day when the board went up with 4 minutes of added time. It's been that bad. 0-0. The phrase "a scrappy local derby" was coined for days like this. In the rare moments in which football's broken out, Derby have carved out the better chances. Commons grazed the crossbar. Hulse has had 2 penalty claims waved away, but generally the sort of game best watched via text message. 0-0.
David Connolly has put Southampton 3-1 up at Oldham. As it stands, they will be off the bottom of League One tonight. Steve Sutton is at Doncaster against Barnsley in the Championship.
Yes, it's Doncaster 0, Barnsley 1. Deadlock finally broken. Barnsley forced successive corners. The damage came from the second. The ball came short. Andy Hamill was first to react. He turned and shot at the same flowing move high into the top corner of the net. 1-0 to Barnsley.
There's been another goal at the Hawthorns. Andy May.
3-1 and 3 points for the Baggies this afternoon. Malumbu with the goal. A side-footed effort from outside the D. Just chipped it into the top of the net. Reading are going home with nothing after going ahead in the first half. It's 3-1 to West Brom.
With Leeds not playing till Monday, Charlton will go top of League One if they beat Huddersfield this afternoon. Lizzie Greenwood-Hughes is there.
We're into injury time now as Charlton 2, Huddersfield 1. Charlton took the lead early in the first half from the head of the centre-back, Sam Sodje. That was cancelled out shortly before half-time from a cracking free kick by Huddersfield's Anthony Pilkington, beating the wall and the keeper from 25 yards out. Charlton then went ahead early in the second half. Isal McLeod gently heading past the keeper. Both sides could have scored many more, though, but at the moment, in injury time, we may have some time there to go. It's Charlton 2, Huddersfield 1.
Into League Two, and this afternoon it's Rotherham against Notts County. Alex Gordon-Martin.
Yes, still goalless here, but Notts County very much in the ascendancy. County's decision to go with 2 up front has transformed their attitude. Luke Rodgers chasing down 25 yards from goal. Ben Davies' curling free kick was just palmed wide by Warrington. As I speak, Rodgers has hit the side netting with an open goal in front of him. The away side now looking much more likely to snatch the win. Rotherham's control of the first half is much changed here, and much-travelled striker Adi Akinbaye has just come on, with County perhaps sensing their chance of nicking it. It's 0-0 with 5 minutes left.
Goal at Goodison. Richard Askham, the identity of the scorer is all yours.
Thank you, Mark. It's Joe who created the goal. It's Billy Aletdinov who scored it. Excellent work from Joe down the left-hand side, across to the back post. Billy Aletdinov arriving late, knocked it into the far left corner, and Everton have an equaliser.
Hamish Marshall said Peterborough was still in it at Bristol City. You've been proved right.
I have indeed, and I'm delighted about that, but not as delighted as Darren Ferguson was, because George Boyd, a looping header from inside the penalty area, went over Dean Gherkin. There was just 30 seconds of normal time to go. We're in stoppage time now. Bristol City 1, Peterborough 1.
As I look at the monitor, there are bodies lying all over the place at Fratton Park. Roger Johnson.
It's all in wrestling. Akoto and Brown tussling. Akoto was trying to get into the Portsmouth penalty area. Michael Brown checked him, then tried to help pick him up, and Akoto pulled him over. Moments ago, Lennon could have made it safe for Tottenham. He went away from halfway, onside, according to the assistant referee, but was foiled by David James and the retreating defenders. It's still 2-1 to Tottenham, and we are 90 seconds into 5 minutes of added time here. Can Portsmouth get back? Tottenham have a free kick now, which could seal it.
If anything comes from that, Celtic could have gone top of the SPL this afternoon. The full-time whistle has gone. They've blown it. Brian McLaughlin.
They certainly have. It finished Celtic 0, Motherwell 0. The home side keep a clean sheet for the first time this season at home, but that the only positive in what proved to be a frustrating afternoon for Celtic. Scott McDonald with the best chance of the game late on, but from just 3 yards out, headed over the crossbar. At Parkhead, it finished Celtic 0, Motherwell 0.
It's a tense few minutes at the Stadium of Light, isn't it, Alan Biggs?
Yes, we've had the balloon going up today. We've now had the board going up, and the stoppage time seems to be going up. 7 minutes to be played here at the Stadium of Light. We've just begun that period. Just seen Sammy Lee down there, Liverpool assistant manager, running to retrieve the ball after it had gone out of play, and he's angrily shaking his head in protest down there. There's been real animosity on the touchline between the two managers as well, who squared up at one point, Steve Bruce and Rafa Benitez, and Liverpool attacking as I speak. It's a frenzied game and a frenzied finale here, and all sorts of debate to follow. Still Sunderland 1, Liverpool 0.
The full-time whistle has gone at Old Trafford. It was a lot more complicated than United, top of the Premier League table this evening. These are the scenes at Blackpool. A victory for Ian Holloway against one of his former clubs, James Mason.
Yeah, Mark, Blackpool 2, Plymouth 0. The Seasiders' excellent home form continues with a goal in each half, enough to get the Seasiders back to winning ways. Plymouth haven't kept a clean sheet yet this season and gifted Marcel Sype, the opener, with a free header, but they couldn't do anything about David Vaughan's left foot screamer that secured all 3 points for Ian Holloway's team. They were well deserved, although the Green Army were very poor. Final score, Blackpool 2, Plymouth 0.
Phil Dowd has been shuffling his cards like a celebrity poker player at Fratton Park. Another red card. Roger Johnson.
It's Portsmouth who are down to 10 men now. They still trail by 2-1. Michael Brown, who was yellow carded for that wrestling just moments ago, has clipped Aaron Lennon and brought him down. A second yellow card, a sending off. Both sides down to 10 men. Tottenham probably going to hang on here, still leading 2-1. 10 against 10, less than a minute to go.
It's 1-1 at the moment between Everton and Wolves. What's going on? Richard Askham.
Yes, it's all rather confused here. Tim Howard was fouled inside his own box by Meyerhofer, who's just trudging off now. It looked like something and nothing to me up here. He looks rather unhappy about the decision, but down to 10 men. Tim Howard just about to take the free kick.
That is an astonishing decision, which we will talk about with the lads in the studio in just a minute. But the final whistle has gone at the Emirates. Mark Webber.
Arsenal 3, Birmingham 1. You know, Mark, a win is a win, but there were times when Arsenal were too busy playing on the front lawn that they forgot they left the back door open. Devastating goals by Van Persie, Diaby and Arshavin sealed that win, but a litter of defensive errors allowed Lee Bowyer to knock in a poacher's goal for half-time, and for the good Blues to have the belief that they needed to scrap like the Terriers from that point on. But a lot for both sides to learn from this affair. 3-1 to Arsenal.
Roger Johnson can now draw breath at Fratton Park. The final whistle has gone. Harry has won on his return to Portsmouth.
It's finished. Portsmouth 1, Tottenham 2. The much anticipated return of Harry Redknapp passed off relatively unnoticed as events on the pitch dominated. In truth, but for 3 outstanding saves by Gomez in the Tottenham goal and 2 horror misses by Dindan, Portsmouth could have won this. Spurs, though, seemingly well in control at half-time, thanks to goals from King and Defoe. After the break, Portsmouth got back into it through Boateng's powerful drive. Defoe was then sent off for a petulant stamp on the hour. Portsmouth, though, couldn't find a way back. It's now 1 win in 9 for them at the foot of the table. Michael Brown of their team sent off for 2 yellow cards in stoppage time. Tottenham still flying high. Harry happy as it finishes. Portsmouth 1, Tottenham 2.
We've seen some justifiable red cards this afternoon, Steve, but the one at Goodison was dreadful.
Well, I'm absolutely dumbfounded. All my Hoffa does is runs into Tim Howard. OK, Tim Howard's got the ball. He gets up, Tim Howard. He chases my Hoffa, grabs hold of him and pushes him to the ground. Now, you know, if that had been an outfield player, it's Tim Howard that gets sent off, not Meyerhofer. I have no idea, unless we've missed something, why he got sent off.
They're into the closing stages at the Britannia. They're still playing. Andrew James.
Yeah, still Stoke City 2, West Ham United 1. 2 goals from James Beattie. How about him for an England place at the World Cup finals next year as the striker that we're looking for? And West Ham with that equalising goal from Matthew Upson in the first half, still desperately trying to get back. We're in the 5th minute of stoppage time, and don't forget, over half of the goals that Stoke have conceded in the Premier League have come in the last 15 minutes of matches this season. It's the nervous moments for Stoke. They lead by 2 goals to 1.
The final whistle has now gone at Goodison Park. Richard Askham.
It's finished Everton 1, Wolves 1, an equaliser that Everton just about deserved. They had bags of chances. Wayne Hennessy saved twice to deny Louis Sahar before Joe Cross for Billy Alette off to score in the last minute. But it was tough on Wolves, who thought that they'd done enough for the 3 points. Kevin Doyle capitalising on confusion in the Everton defence to poke in the opener. But Everton are nothing if not determined, and off their game for large parts, they've snatched a point.
West Brom hadn't won in 3 in the Championship. They needed the 3 points day. They got them against Reading. Andy May.
Yes, very good after their recent shaky form. 3-1. The Baggies all over Reading in the second half. Malumbu sealing victory after 2 from man of the match Thomas. He was deadly on the left going forward and grabbed his first goal after some shocking defending and goalkeeping from the away side. Mills scored for Reading early on, and the pressure is definitely still on. Brendan Rodgers. West Brom 3, Reading 1.
Paul Addison is at the Riverside Stadium for final score. I would imagine we're going to be hearing some boos in the background behind you.
Yeah, you did. If you'd come to me a couple of minutes earlier, the crowd long gone now, Mark. Borough 0, Watford 1. Borough's 3rd home defeat in a row, inflicted upon them by Tom Cleverley's 5th goal of the season in the first half. Magnificent rearguard action from Watford in the second half, under pressure from Borough, who just couldn't find a way through. It finished Borough 0, Watford 1.
The final whistle has gone at Stoke. Here's Andrew James.
Stoke City 2, West Ham United 1 marker. Not for the first time this week, the man who scored 2 goals didn't get man of the match. Rightly it went to Ryan Shawcross for his outstanding performance in the heart of the Stoke defence. Upson got an equaliser for West Ham in between those 2 Beattie goals, but Stoke are back to winning ways at the Britannia Stadium. It's Stoke 2, West Ham United 1.
The red and white stripes are celebrating at the Britannia. They're also celebrating 20 on BBC One. Match of the day for that goal. It has to be seen to be believed. Liverpool now 8th for defeat. In a word, their title challenge over.
They won't even finish in the top 4.
Right, that wasn't a word. Title challenge over.
Yes.
Steve, title challenge over.
It's going to be difficult.
Again, that wasn't a word. Right, now don't forget that you can get all the build-up and all the goals as they go in from 2:30 every Saturday. All you have to do is press the red button. Time to get the full classified results now with David Garrido.
Thanks very much, Mark. We start, as always, with the Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 3, Birmingham City 1. Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 1. Everton 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Manchester United 2, Bolton Wanderers 1, Portsmouth 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Stoke City 2, West Ham United 1, Sunderland 1, Liverpool 0. Into the Coca-Cola Championship, Blackpool 2, Plymouth Argyle 0, Bristol City 1, Peterborough United 1, Cardiff City 1, Crystal Palace 1, Doncaster Rovers 0, Barnsley 1, Ipswich Town 1, Swansea City 1, Leicester City 0, Derby County 0. Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1. Nottingham Forest against Newcastle United is an evening kickoff. That one gets underway at 5:20. QPR 4, Preston North End 0. Scunthorpe United 3, Sheffield United 1. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Coventry City 0. And West Bromwich Albion 3, Reading 1. League One now. Charlton Athletic 2, Huddersfield Town 1. Leyton Orient 2, Brentford 1. Milton Keynes Dons 2, Gillingham 0. Oldham Athletic 1, Southampton 3. Southend United 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Stockport County 0, Millwall 4. Swindon Town 0, Hartlepool United 2. Tranmere Rovers 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Walsall 3, Exeter City 0. Wycombe Wanderers 1, Colchester United 1. And Yeovil Town 3, Carlisle United 1. The results from League 2. Accrington Stanley 0, AFC Bournemouth 1. Aldershot Town 2, Bury 3. Burton Albion 2, Barnet 0. Crewe Alexandra 1, Port Vale 2. Dagenham and Redbridge 2, Bradford City 1. Darlington 2, Shrewsbury Town 1. Grimsby Town 0, Rochdale 2. Hereford United 1, Chesterfield 0. Northampton Town 1, Lincoln City 0. Rotherham United 0, Notts County 0. And Torquay United 2, Morecambe 2. Blue Square Premier. AFC Wimbledon 1, Kettering Town 2. Altrincham 0, Luton Town 1. Barrow 2, Ebbsfleet United 0. Eastbourne Borough 1, Mansfield Town 2. Gateshead 0, Chester City 1. Hayes and Yeading United 3, Cambridge United 0. Histon 5, Forest Green Rovers 2. Kidderminster Harriers 1, Crawley Town 0. Rushden and Diamonds 3, Tamworth 2. Stevenage Borough 3, Salisbury City 1. Wrexham 2, Grays Athletic 1. And York City 1, Oxford United 1. The Clydesdale Bank Scottish Premier League, Aberdeen 1, Hearts 1. Celtic 0, Motherwell 0. Dundee United 1, Hamilton Academical 1. Falkirk 1, St Mirren 3. Hibernian 1, Kilmarnock 0. And St Johnstone 1, Rangers 2. Irn-Bru Scottish Division 1, Airdrie United 0, Ross County 1. Greenock Morton 0, Dundee 1. Inverness Caledonian Thistle 1, Dunfermline Athletic 1. Partick Thistle 2, Ayr United 0. Wraith Rovers 1, Queen of the South 0. Scottish Div 2, Alloa Athletic 1, Dumbarton 3. Arbroath 0, Cowdenbeath 1. Brecon City 3, East Fife 2. Clyde 1, Peterhead 3. And Stenhousemuir 1, Stirling Albion 2. And the Scottish 3rd Division, Albion Rovers 0, Queen's Park 1. Annan Athletic 1, Stranraer 0. Elgin City 1, East Stirlingshire 2. Forfar Athletic 2, Montrose 2. And Livingston 1, Berwick Rangers 1. And the Welsh Premier League, Caersus 0, Airbus UK 4. Carmarthen Town 3, Port Talbot Town 1. Haverfordwest County 2, Porthmadog 0. Llanelli 4, Kevin Druids 0. Neath 2, Rill 0. The New Saints 0, Bala Town 0. And Welshpool Town 1, Bangor City 2.
Let's take a look at the tables then. Manchester United back on top of the Premier League after beating Bolton, a point clear of Chelsea, who lost for the second time this season at Aston Villa. Tottenham are third after beating Portsmouth, and Arsenal go back into the top four following victory against Birmingham. Villa's win against Chelsea sees them climb a place to sixth, level on points with Sunderland, who now move above Liverpool. Portsmouth suffered their 8th defeat in 9 games. They're 2 points adrift of West Ham, who were also beaten. They lost 2-1 at Stoke. Hull have the chance to climb out of the bottom 3 when they play Fulham on Monday. Blackburn have that massive derby against Burnley tomorrow. Into the Championship, Newcastle play Nottingham Forest in the evening kick-off when they can restore their 3-point advantage at the top. West Brom currently alongside them after winning for the first time in 4. Cardiff move above Middlesbrough, who lost, with Blackpool up 4 places to 5th. Ipswich are the only club in the Football League still without a win this season. A draw today at least takes them a point closer to Plymouth. Reading and Doncaster also lost. Barnsley's 3rd successive win lifts them to 19th. Charlton's first win in 4 games puts them back on top. They beat Huddersfield 2-1. Leeds have the chance to replace them when they play Norwich on Monday. Paul Ince's MK Dons climb to 3rd. They beat Gillingham 2-0. Wycombe slipped to the foot of the table now under Gary Waddock, despite coming from behind to draw with Colchester. Southampton, with their 10-point penalty, are off the bottom for the first time after winning at Oldham. Tranmere beat Brighton and Carlisle complete the bottom 4. Bournemouth's first win in 4 matches keeps them a point ahead of Dagenham and Redbridge. The only change in the top 6 is 3rd place Rochdale swapping places with Rotherham. At the bottom, Darlington have won for the first time this season. Grimsby slipped below Torquay, who drew with Morecambe. Hereford move out of the bottom 6 as a result of only their 3rd win of the season. You can see all the Premier League goals at 10:20 this evening here on BBC One with Match of the Day. Straight after that, there'll be all the goals from the Football League. That's at 11:45. And tomorrow there's a Lancashire derby you won't want to miss. All the action from Blackburn against Burnley. Match of the Day 2, BBC 2, 10 o'clock. Very quickly, Steve, your performance of the day?
Well, I'm going to go against the other 2. I'll go for Wolverhampton at Everton. I thought that was an excellent result.
OK. Gary?
I'm going to go with Sunderland. I thought they were fantastic again after the Old Trafford performance.
OK.
I'd say Bolton gave it a real go, but unfortunately didn't have enough in the end.
Right, OK. And you have to see that beach ball on Match of the Day tonight. That's it from us on BBC One, but we have plenty more reaction to today's results and interviews from those involved on the red button and online. So if you want more football, then press that red button. But if you want to watch the most important qualifying session of Jenson Button's year, stay here on BBC One. Jake and the team live from Brazil in 10 minutes. From me and the lads, though, it's goodbye.